What up, though? OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny. I retired from the streets TV. This is another Church Crime Sunday. This one here close to home because I'm in Detroit, like a lot of y'all know. We're going to Traverse City. We're going to Traverse City and we're going back to 2019 March. So let me read a little bit to y'all, right? A Traverse City pastor was arrested after a Michigan State Police investigation into sex and drug crimes. Christopher Cox, 41 years old, is the pastor at Long Lake Church in Traverse City, according to the church's website. So, March 14th of that year, a 19-year-old man went to police and said, "Hey, I got a report about this pastor. He promised me through Facebook that we got in touch through Facebook, and he told me, listen, come on down, we're gonna have a good time, come to my office," right? His office, not associated with the church at all. He had, I guess, was his meetup spot because he had the young dude come down there, gave him crystal meth, according to reports, and according to what the young 19-year-old said. He said that I got the crystal meth, but he also gave me GHB. Now, if you familiar with GHB, they used to call it the Georgia Homeboy. It's the classic date rape drug. It's like the classic date rape drug, and I forget what it stands for, gamma hydra or some other stuff, but GHB. So the dude said that he was incapacitated, and dude sexually assaulted him, raped him, or whatever else. Now, he went and made his report to the police. A few days later, they raided Christopher Cox's home, Pastor Christopher Cox's home. When they went into his home, guess what they find? Digital scales, white crystalline substances. They found, let me see what else they say they found in his home real quick so I don't get it wrong. Right, GHB, crystal meth, digital scales, packaging materials, right? Doing the search of the home. Now, what's crazy is they started doing an investigation. During their investigation, guess what? They uncovered another witness who said that he did the same thing to him. Similar circumstances with drugs, with luring him down to his office with, "Hey, let's party, let's chill, let's hang. I got the dope, let's just chill, man." Right? This dude was 26 years old, though. You know, ain't no time. He didn't say when the actual assault happened, but when he made the report, he was 26 years old. And he said the only difference between him and the first case is that dude threatened him. Christopher Cox threatened him and said, "Listen, bro, if you tell, I'm going to do something to you." Now, the prosecutor in this case said, "Listen, this dude is a monster. He's a monster, he's a predator, and he deserved what he gets." What ended up happening was the computer crimes unit also got a hold of his computer and found a whole bunch of other stuff. Child pornography, a bunch of lewd material, a bunch of gay, homosexual men, pornography and whatnot. So, this was just something that this dude was into. Now, having this conversation with y'all, talking about this story with y'all, you would think that I'm talking about somebody who's just a regular citizen who moving around through society. Hey, come on down to my office, let's get buzzed up, and might get a dude a little drugged up and then take his goods, right? But no, this is a pastor. It's a pastor at a church, was a prominent community. Listen, he was a contributing member to the community. I've seen YouTube. I don't want to go through the YouTube video and post it and all that, but I've seen YouTube footage of this dude speaking at like a retreat or a revival or something. So this dude was heavy in the church community, but he had a sickness. So he ended up getting a $100,000 surety bond, and a whole bunch of other stuff came out, right? So what happened during the time, and over the course of this investigation, they end up charging him and convicting him on one count of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, and he pleaded out so that all the other charges would get, knocked down or dismissed. And usually in that case, and in this case, what happens is they'll say, "We can't add," and actually what they said was, "We can't add any more time to this charge because of his guidelines." So, and they're going to run concurrent anyway instead of consecutively back to back. So say if I got 5 charges, I get 2 years for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they're consecutive, I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If they're concurrent, I'm doing 2 years for all 5 charges. In his case, he got 10 to 15 years for the CSC in the second degree. and he's currently incarcerated in Michigan, the Michigan Department of Corrections. And he's talking about, let me think, his out date got to be 2024 at the latest, I think it is. He's going to get out probably 2029 or 2024, either one. It's a long time to sit and think about being a pervert. It's a long time to sit and think about being a pastor / booty bandit. And then these are like grown men. I'm not saying prey on children, but I'm like, man, it's different. Like, you usually hear about circumstances and situations where younger men are being victimized. These dudes were grown, and I guess he figured the only way to get them up out of there is to drug them first and then take full advantage of them. And yeah, it's a sad case, sad situation, because like I say always, I grew up in the church. I played a prominent part in the church. I played the drums in the youth choir. I was the cameraman. You understand what I'm saying? For a minute when I was younger, I used to do the drums. You know what I mean? When I got a little older, outside of the youth choir for some of the adult parts. And then I also was in all the plays. Every play they had in church, I was a part of it. Because my family was heavy in the church. My auntie Bernarda was heavy in the church, heavy with the Winans gospel group. You know, Otis Harville of the legendary Harville Choir and the Alabama Style Chicken Founder. So this is like roots and history of going to church. So that's why Church Crime Sunday has always been important to me. Always important for me to give you these stories, like tonight's case with Christopher Cox. Because like you gotta, it's hard to give your trust to anybody nowadays. But then when you're in a position where you're doing it from a place of I need spiritual food, spiritual enlightenment, I'm spiritually vulnerable, you're supposed to be able to go into those churches, those synagogues, those mosques, those masjids, and be safe, and be at peace, and be able to grow and flourish spiritually, and get the food you need without worrying about nobody drugging you and taking your goods. You feel me? I love y'all, man. If y'all haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's been a long day. I've been looking out for my OG. He turned 60 today. I'm gonna be doing his story soon because he want me to. He said, please, bro, I got a hell of a story. So I'm gonna tell his story. It's my dude Disco, aka Scoliosis. So I'm about to go back down the street. They down there still barbecuing. Actually, so I had to come down here, hop and give y'all a story. You see it's getting dark. And I love y'all. O_G_Kenny advertise for the streets TV, and I'm out.